So in our last video, we started talking about the biblical steps to wealth, and there are actually 10 from a Danny Johnson perspective. Talked about the first 5 on the last video, and tonight I'm going to share with you quickly the next 5. The first one we ended up talking about being generous, and now we're moving on to making sure that you are sowing your seed in the right soil. Make sure that if you're being generous, make sure you're putting that money in the right place, whatever that seed is. Sometimes seed is time. Make sure you're sowing your time into the right kinds of things so that will bring you back the greatest harvest that is possible. Then next, understand your seasons. Know that if it's your time, if it's this is your season where you should be in preparation. This is a season of plenty and things are going really well. Make sure you don't eat up all of the seed, but that you're putting something back, because there is what's called that winter season, that season when things may not be flourishing as much. But if you prepared for it in the previous season, then you won't stress, you won't worry. So make sure you understand what season you are in. The next is prosper where you planted. Don't always be trying to run and get away from things. Sometimes the Lord puts us in places and He wants us to prosper in those places. If you remember the story of Isaac, the Bible said that he wanted to leave where he was because there was a famine in the land. But God challenged Isaac to stay right there where he was and to sow and to plant. And the Bible declares this, that Isaac sowed in the land in a famine and he reaped 100-fold. So make sure that wherever you're planted, just use those skills, those gifts, those talents, whatever it is, and prosper wherever you are, because you really can. Then next is ask big. If you're going to ask God for anything, don't waste God's time asking for little bitty things that you can do and make happen yourself. Ask God for something big. Take a lesson from Jabez, who wanted God to expand his territory, to give him more than he had ever had before. Then last but not least, learn from the wise. Don't be so proud that you can't sit down and listen. Maybe you have done some things, but there is always somebody who's already where you're trying to get, who already knows what you're trying to learn. So make sure that you stay humble and become a student and remain a student always. So those are 5 more keys to biblical wealth. And talk to you next time.